Well, it's Wednesday afternoon. I hope everybody is doing great. I look forward to this time every week. This is a great, y'all are making this what it is. Thank you. I'm just the bus driver. Y'all are having a party in the back. Sounds like you're having a great time. That's okay. I'll keep us between the lines. How about that? But what a, these are great comments right off the bat. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Hope you got something great on your table. We got the best craft ever. And in fact, right here, if Susan, I think it's Susan. I have to find it. But let's see. Somebody has had multiple days. Let's see. Yeah, it's Susan. Hello, everyone from New Hampshire. That it rained 18 days out of 21. See, I was going to start complaining about here because we've just in this weather system. It's been raining off and on for like 4 or 5 days, and it's just overcast and it's drizzly. And what a great day to work on leather. Absolutely. Let's tuck into a shop and make something great. But Susan, I feel for you. I'm complaining on a few when it sounds like you've had a lot of rain. But anyway, it's the greatest craft going. And I was thinking about this the other day. Um, I was thinking I've forgotten something that I used to know. There's a lot of that going on. Something's detached, I'm sure. Anyway, it was leather specific. And my thought was, does anybody really know? Does anybody know everything there is about leather? And I've started going through all the like the little subcategories of leather through my mind, like all of the upholstery end. Think of all the garment side, boot and shoe, purse and bag, holster. There's so many categories. Industrial. There's so many categories of leather. Jim Linnell, Peter Main, Don Gonzalez. I don't even know if these guys know everything there is to know about leather. There's so much to it, but what a great thing. I mean, like I always say, there's not enough hours in the day to make all the things I want to make out of leather. And I hope y'all feel the same way. I hope you do because we got the best craft going. Let's put a big smile on it, right? Because it gives us a big smile. But we got some good stuff. I don't know that we've got a lot to talk about or to look at. Well, we've definitely got a lot to talk about. Now, that's all my notes. Yeah. Oh, wait, here, I'll show you this page. Yeah. See, because I printed this out too soon. Right? All the great ideas for the script came after that. But anyway, so I'm going to do my best to remember all of this. But we've got some good stuff to look at. Yeah, that's my checklist. Right. Check mirror, check face, check light, make sure the pets are away. Anyway, my lovely wife, Jill, she's on her way to New Jersey today. Going to see her dad and her brother, Joe and Jay. Going to spend a week up there. Um, so my mind's kind of, she left at 4 this morning. She left about 4 this morning. I kind of went back to bed for a minute, but it just didn't have, because I guess she had coffee. I'm not going to walk through the kitchen, smell coffee, and not get a cup, right? So I kind of shot myself in the foot on that one. So that we're not running on a lot of sleep here, but and of course somebody's going to say, "Well, gee, Chuck, how would we know the difference?" Right? Yeah, right. My organizational level. Anyway, y'all, we've got so many great comments right off the bat. Shane, first one in the shop today. Shane, it's good to see your name pop up because I'm going to mention you here in just a little bit. Yeah, but also let's see. David smiled. Good Wednesday, all. So great to be with all once again for learning and good food talk. No, yeah, let's see. Okay, Shane, how many minutes until Chuck mentions food? Ribs. All right, so we got it. I almost started with ribs. Low country broil. Oh, dude, look at the recipe. You just anytime somebody comes in from out of town or friends come over, that's what we make. It is a crowd pleaser. It's easy to do, not a cook by any means, but I can pull this one off. Yeah, you'll see. Just look up the recipe. It's a winner. Anyway, okay. So we got food. We broke the tap on food, right? So now we can talk about that. But like I said, I'll drive this bus. I'll do my best to keep somewhat between the lines, right? But let's go back over here because we just got to read a lot of these. So let's see. Okay, David. Yeah, if you read my message, should be about a minute. Billy Blaze. Billy, I'm glad to see your name pop up. I hope you're doing all right. Um, I'll keep looking down. We'll see where you are. And Ralph, very cool. Let's see. Greetings from the great state of high anxiety and confusion. But, we're gonna have a good live today. Yeah. So, Ralph, that's pretty good. Thanks again. Everybody that puts a smile on our face, again, thanks. Because best craft going, right? Best craft going. I've met some of the real old school leather folks, and they're a little bit grumpy. They can be a little bit grumpy, but we're not. We're not. Great craft. Anyway, let's see. Lane is with us. Lane McCullough, how you doing from London? Uh, yeah, and that's good. You're exactly right. I hope everybody's having a good week this far. Um, there's still a lot of room for error, but we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. Absolutely. So I'll come back to this because we got to keep going over here, y'all. Like I said, this is great. Um, oh, Billy Blaze, it's 105 already. Oh, that does not bode well for July and August in North Texas. I'm wore out and haven't done a thing. Billy, it sounds like you have a good reason to be worn out. And it's all the heat, the humidity. That's what kills us down here in the southeast is the sheer humidity. I mean, it can only be like 85, but it's like 85% humidity. It's almost about to rain and there's not a cloud in the sky. But yeah, that's what wipes me out. Um, and out in out west, oh, it's only 100, it's 105 degrees, but it's a dry heat and it's still 105 degrees. So anyway, Susan M., yeah, hello everyone from New Hampshire. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, Susan. I hope the sun will come out for you here very soon. And Shane, Newton, Illinois, very nice. I'm going to do my best to look over these because looking at these from the last time, I laugh, I cry, I smile. Yeah, right. It is. Anyway, um, oh, Susan M. had a craft fair last weekend. Crap. Saturday was completely rained out. Uh, Off and on Sunday. That's the downside to a show. And you just can't, unless you're doing an indoor show, which is always more expensive if you can find them. That's just that's one of the many things that can happen to a show. We did one in a big city in Florida just in case because I think the show grew to a point where it's highly successful. But we were there the first year, and there were like 4 people in the building. We didn't make enough money. On the last night, we could either get a hotel room or we could get dinner. We couldn't do both. Couldn't afford to do both. Simply a brand new show. It was their first year. The advertising didn't really get out there. It happens. It happens. But luckily, the other 9 out of 10 will be great weekends. Will be great shows and great weekends. I hope so, Susan. I hope so. It's the beginning. Here comes the dog. So one of the points, my wife is on the road today, so she ought to be getting there here pretty soon. I'm waiting for a text from her because I'm just on pins and needles the whole time she's driving. We looked at flights, but what a headache. I'm gonna have to let a dog out. I'm here by myself. So I've got a dog over here that's going to have to go out in just a second. Sorry about that. That's the biggest sin in broadcasting is, dead air. I'm going to go. I'll be right back. Hey, sweetie. Good timing, baby. Good timing. Kind of doing something here. Sorry about that. Anyway, okay, so I'm here by myself. And Bruce, since it's raining, Bruce is in the house. I don't know what kind of disaster or antics he's going to add to the live today, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that he's snoozing somewhere. He doesn't like rain at all. So, a bored cat, let me tell you, it's a pain in the butt in the shop because he uses the in your face approach, right? Whatever I can be tooling. He will walk over and lay down right in front, right on whatever I'm working on. Anyway, Carrie's with us. Carrie, it's good to see your name pop up. 500 days, no coffee or caffeine. Jill and I talked about that the other night. Impressive discipline. That's impressive. And we've talked about doing the same thing. We got a couple of bad habits we need to drop. They're on the list. And they have been for some time. Not years, decades. Yeah, but they're on the list. They're on my list. Hi, Carrie. Always a good joke for us. Let's see. I'm gonna pan down some here. Oh, and Shane, you're right. You're right. Father's Day. was Sunday. Yeah, I got to go see my dad. I hope everybody that has got a dad has got to see him, and those that whose dad has passed, which kind of in my age category, we're starting to get my mom and dad super healthy. Great. What they are doing great. They have a busier social schedule than I do. Oh, and we got a fly in here, like a horse fly flew in my shop. Yeah, that'll make one fly will make you nuts. Okay, anyway, so yeah, for all the fathers, happy Father's Day, and I hope it was a good afternoon. We did a picnic with mom and dad, sure did. So, and of course, dad got a leather gift, right? Yeah, yeah, we got to, right? We got to. So, um, let's see. Oh, Glorfindel, good to see your day pop up. Glad you're with us. Absolutely, totally missed the rent fair this year. Totally missed it. Absolutely bombed. So we're gonna figure out if we've got something else we can do. Let's see, Shane, my wife said since becoming a dad, I've grown as a person. I imagine that's good to hear. Uh-oh. Well, her exact words were, I've gotten fat. But Shane, I've met you. I don't agree. You look good. You look good. Um, yeah, we've got a vet kind of between us and our folks' house, and they're great. They've got one of the signs where you can replace the letters. They always have a funny saying, and it's different every time I go through there. They have some great ones. Like, oh, see if I can remember some off the top of my head because again, they're funny. Um, I sent my husband a get better soon card. He's not sick. I just hope he gets better soon. Right. And let's see, I mixed up me and my dog's medication. The good news, no fleas for 6 months, right? They have some great ones. They really do. Not anyway. All right. Anyway, got off on a rant there. Uh, but Shane, I don't agree. Think you're looking good. Uh, let's see. Oh, man. Hi, Susan. Night for today. I'm glad you're with us. Very cool. Let's see. Spent 40 minutes looking for my white thread so I can finish a birthday present for tomorrow. It was on my right instead of my left. Ah. Does anybody walk around their house like this looking for your glasses or using your phone, right? It's in your hand and you're using your phone to call your right, your wife's phone and it's in her hand. And I spent half my day looking for a phone and my glasses. And there's one other thing I'm always looking for. Oh, a sharp knife. Yeah, a sharp knife. I've got well, I don't have one with me. I use the box cutters. And I know the pros look at that and think, really? But now I can cut a perfect star, no overcuts in 27 seconds. I think if I remember correctly, I tested it. I think that's right. But anyway, I've got like 6 or 8 of these knives. You know, they're cheap, they're box knives. Got 6 or 8 in my shop, and none of them ever have a sharp blade in them. Not one. I think I can see 5 from here, and they all have a dull blade in them. I see that the initial plan was like I've got 4 or 5 knives. Okay, let's put new blades in all of them. Put them in a Tupperware. Every time I need a knife with a new blade, I don't have to change one out. I just take one out of that Tupperware and put the dull one in. Yeah, it's such an easy plan. It just hasn't worked. It just nut behind the wheel kind of thing, right? It's a beautiful plan. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Okay. So anyway, one point. We're not doing a giveaway this week, and it breaks my heart. We're going to do those every other live. Well, now the boss is on it and I'm glad she is, because I want to do a giveaway every live and not just one. I want to give everybody something, right? Can you see the email from the president of the company? Chuck, your live cost us $6,000. And your point being, yeah, right. So we're going to do that every other live. But we got some great items that I've already made a list of some great giveaways. And that's the last time Darzal won. That's right. So congratulations on that. And so anyway, we're going to do that. But again, I'm glad the boss is on that. Um, she did give me a decision though. The boss, yeah, Shane from last time, right? She said, okay, Chuck, we can do some giveaways or you can get a raise. Y'all, I am so sorry. The boss said we're not doing any more giveaways. It breaks my heart, but that's the boss, right? You're right. So anyway, we're going to do giveaways every other, and I'm going to do my best to really pick some good stuff. Not, I want stuff that we can use, tools or leather that we can immediately use. It's going to make it easier at our shop, going to up our projects a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'll do my best. I'll do my best to get some good items going. Let's see. Oh, my thumbnail pick. Man, that's like 6 years old now or 5. I don't know. I don't know how old it is. I need a new one because I've aged a little bit. I swear I'm pretty sure I'm shrinking. And I'll tell you what, when I look in the mirror, it looks like I am freaking melting. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let's move on from that depressing point. Um, okay, so we're gonna talk theme. Oh, excuse me. Our theme this week is teaching classes. We're gonna talk about that here in just a little bit, but let's jump back over here. Uh let's see, Dar Smith. Dar, glad to see your name pop up. Glad you're with us. Join the family of 8,700 people. Yeah, like I always say, birthdays are going to be a problem, right? Yeah, what we figured it out last time. We got to do, we got to get everybody in our Leathercraft family a gift on their birthday. What was it? We only have to do 67 projects a week. Yeah, that's not. Come on, right? That's not bad. Anyway. Anyway, though, welcome to the family. Let's see. Oh man, I lost my place. I need help. I need some help. Some adult supervision would be just the biggest plus to me, and not just here. Not, geez, okay. Does anybody really get onto yourself about losing stuff? And it's in my shop. I've like a spoon, right? I was using a spoon, doing some tooling, using a spoon. I don't know, squirrel, a shiny object, walk away, can't find my spoon. I don't know where. I still haven't found it. I don't know where I put it. Why? 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 Right? Again with a white thread. Man. Um. Anyway, so let's move on from there. Um. Oh, here we go, Joe Stutchin. Joe, glad you're with us. Absolutely. Hey, there's one of the things this is about. Let's see, any crafters here in central Wisconsin. If anybody's in Wisconsin, say the word. We're lone wolves. We all work in our shop by ourselves. It's hard to find other people, other crafters. But if you get to a show, we're not going to roll on this. We talked enough about shows. Just one of the great things is you get together with other people that know what you're talking about, right? Oh, I used an antique and then an Angelus, a Neutralite, and people that aren't are like, what? But then you talk to somebody at a show, like, oh, I like what you did with that. I know it's cool. It's cool to be able to talk to other people that know what we're talking about. So yeah, anybody that wants to put out a shout out right here for crafters around your area. Now, there's also leather guilds. Surely we can look these up online. I was trying to think if I have a good link for leather guilds, and I don't. But each state, yeah. Anyway, each state has some leather guilds, and I'm sure some of the larger states, California, Texas, they probably have several. But that's another great way to at least be able to get together with other folks, talk some ideas, look at some samples. That's the best way for me to learn. I can listen to podcasts and watch. Yeah, sort of, but kind of getting together with folks and see what they do and how they do it, that's all the difference in the world. I mean, we can see that on YouTube, absolutely, but just to be able to talk to somebody, because you always get stuff that's not, some of the videos they're very scripted, and there's information that I think should be there that isn't, and that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. After just completing a 42-minute freaking video. God, man, it's a great project. It's one we've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think it came out beautifully. I think it did, but it's like I'm editing it now, and it always gets a little shorter. I try to trim what I can. It's still going to be 40 minutes. I bet. And I'm even apologize in the intro for that, but we're like I said in the intro, we're going to take our time. We'll do it right. And we get a payoff. We get a great payoff. So anyway, okay. It's just me, isn't it? Let's do this. All right. Okay. Let's see, recipes. Yeah. Leather covered recipe book in our kitchen. I think that is a great idea, and I keep ah, this is hard to I'm sorry, y'all, this is hard to try to keep up to date with, but then to jump back, it's impossible to do that. Anyway, y'all, I wanna say hello to everybody. Um, Michael Nelson is with us. Hey from the UK, and a big hey right back across the pond. Hope you're doing all right. I'm glad you're with us. Certainly am. Y'all, to everybody that's new, everybody that's been here, I hope it's worth your time. I really do. I hope it's worth your time. Again, we got some fun stuff to look at and talk about. I'm gonna do my best to make it worth your time. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, let's see. Valerie Rutt is with us. Valerie, yeah, low humidity and high temps gets me. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean there. Um, let's see, Willie Bob 100. Hi, right back, Willie Bob. Glad you're with us. Glad you're with us. Jump in, join the conversation, and have a great time. Great people here. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see. Um, yeah, I just saw Billy's note. Take care of them sweet puppies. Bless her heart. I hope she didn't go up the steps and she's standing outside in the rain looking in the door. It might be her. Hold on. Y'all, sorry. Hey, sweetie, come on in. All right, there you go. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I'm kind of alone by myself. It's going to be lonely in this house. I'm going to work on some leather. I'm going to make something for myself, damn it. I got 3 projects going right now. I'm going to bitch for a minute. I got 3 projects going right now on my Weaver table. Got one we just finished, so I'm editing that one. Got 2 on this table, and probably one, but probably 2 on this. They're all for Weaver. They're all for project videos. You'll see them, right? I don't have anything in the shop that I'm working on for me. Oh, and I got 2 gifts over there that my dad wants to give out as gift. I just want to work on something for myself. Damn it. That's right. Is it just too much to ask? No, it's not. All right. Okay. Excuse me. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. Got to clear my throat. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Billy. Thanks for mentioning that. She was at the door. Little ESP going on. Yeah. Oh man, I wish I had ESP. Um, I wish I could. I mean, I almost wish I could time travel, all for the sole reason of going back 5 minutes and not screwing up my project. Okay, right, or maybe go back 5 minutes and tell myself, okay, don't do that. Okay, uh, Dar Smith, bless your heart. LOL, this is about as much fun as I've had all day. Ah, bless your heart for saying that. That makes me feel good. I'm glad you feel that way. I really am. Uh, oh, gee, JR time. Glad you're with us, JR time. Because of the humidity here, one of the state's news agencies has issued a heat advisory 2 nights in a row. JR time, I can't remember where you are. I'm sorry about that. I can't remember where you are. Um, ooh. And 2, for the new folks, we kind of got to watch that humidity. Um, I've always heard it said that, and my wife says this, if you turn a fan on in a room, moving air is dry air. Well, in our shop, we got leather, and leather will absorb humidity like a sponge. Um, but the bigger problem, tools. If we don't have the greatest of tools, I don't. Some of my tools are over here, and my Weaver tools are over there. They don't rust. My tools are going to rust if it gets really badly humid. So just once in a while, I don't do this all the time, but I've just got a box fan. You know, they're 20 bucks at wherever. I'll just turn it kind of over behind my table so it kind of circles. I don't feel the breeze, but it kind of circles around, maybe with a little luck. You know, that'll help dry out the air. Um, we could always get a dehumidifier, but I've never really seemed to have that much trouble. My shop is one of the driest places I've ever been. Luckily, I hope yours is too. I hope it's a good dry spot. Um, yeah, Shane, I don't see a dog. Chuck just needed to use the bathroom. Man, that was fast too. Oh, night for today, must see dog. She's already gone. She's going to the kitchen or the food room. Right, right, the food room where we all gather after we go out. Because yeah, it's a payoff. She goes out, she gets a treat. I'm the same way, right? Okay. Uh Oh, I hope I'm gonna do my best. Uh, Pockesley, Arizona, AZ, Pockesley, AZ, may not be Arizona. Sorry, just see those pops out. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but it doesn't matter. Glad you're with us. Glad you're with us. That's what matters. Absolutely. Hope it's worth your time. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do my best here not to watch this jump. Let's see, Kate Watkins. Yeah, Chuck, how come you haven't made a video on Vinegaroon? I did that years and years ago. I think mainly it's because, well, A, I work for Weaver and we don't sell it. Um, Mainly because there's so many dyes. I think that it's just so much faster and easier to get the color I want. But it is a good point. Oh man, I lost my pen. I'll see these comments. So I'll mark that down. We need that would be a good video because it is an interesting process and it's very cool. So thanks for bringing that one up. That I'll put that on the list. I'll see your comment when I look through these. Um, let's see, Black Pine Leather Company. Show the dog or it didn't happen. That's right. Yeah, wait till Bruce is hungry. Then we're gonna have an issue. Uh yeah, he used to be cute. Now he's just a cat. Oh, he's a sweetie. He is, but he's a cat. Male cat. Yeah. Ah, bless his heart. He's a good cat, but good Lord, it's a bloodbath in the spring. Oh, our backyard. He just decimates. Man. Anyway, uh, and he doesn't bring it to us. You know, like cats are supposed to, they bring it to the door like, hey, I'm pitching in. Ah, he eats this stuff. He eats. Oh, we're not even going there. Let's not even go anyway. Okay. Um, let's see, Billy. Thanks for the heads up about the humidity. Yeah, I don't know why that slipped my mind. I need a fan in my shop. And it kind of slips my mind too, because I'm in a very dry shop. But years ago, I lived up in North Georgia, had a house up in North Georgia. My shop was downstairs it was like a one-car garage with like barn doors on the end. They were doors only in the sense that they shut, right? They were not by any means, right? They did all of my tools rusted one summer. And I mean like over a weekend. So that's always been on my mind. Luckily thus far nothing's rusted in here, but still it is a good point. Billy, you're right. It's just one of those things we don't really think about. So oh, Dean's with us. Very cool. Oh, Dean, you're right. I know. Dean, I thought about that. I almost got that out because, you know, uh, all right, y'all, to bring y'all up to speed, I bought a buffalo hide at a show at the Sheridan show a couple of years back. Thing is huge. It's like 7 by 8 feet. And I'm not kidding, it weighs like 30 pounds. It's when you bundle it, roll it, it's like this big around. Anyway, at one point, long time ago, I said, bust a deal, face the wheel, right? Um, I was gonna cut it, but I bought it to make some woolies, right? Some chaps, some woolies. And I'm doing what I always say don't do, right? Don't spend so much money on a piece of leather that we're afraid to cut into it. That's cardinal sin in leathercraft, right? What's the point? Okay. I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't. So anyway, um, I said I would cut this. And that was like 3 years ago, and I haven't cut into it yet. I'm sorry. I know. Bust a deal, face the wheel. We'll have to come up with some kind of penance for me not doing that yet. Anyway, excuse me. But Dean, you're right. Stay on my butt about that one. Something needs to be done on that one. I had a bin overflowing of projects that they just didn't come to completion. They just didn't finish out for one reason or another. And I keep saying I'm gonna go start pulling stuff out of there. Let's add hardware or correct what we don't like, fix it. No, I add to it. I'll add to it in a heartbeat. Draw from it? No. Who's got that bin in their shop? And the wall of shame, right, the bin of shame. That maybe that's what that is, right? Anyway, so we've all got them. We don't talk about it. We've all got them. So, okay. Black Pine Leather Company. That's a tough one. I did. I loved the job. The job I absolutely loved. Worked 65 hours a week, 6 days a week. I left the house at 7:15 in the morning, got home about 7:30. Well, it was an hour drive each way. So add 2 hours to a 9 and 10-hour day. Loved it because of the people. Y'all. No kidding. Okay, proof. Somewhere not long ago, my mom said, you seem to be your happiest when you were running the retail store. And I never thought about that. And I look back, I don't know. We all complain about going to work. It's a job, man. And rush hour and bosses and edicts from above, right? Still, I don't really remember complaining about going to work. I almost look forward to it every day. For 7 years, maybe? I can't remember. Man, that's a good job, isn't it? It's a good job. So anyway, okay, all right, moving on. Yeah, Shane, that's right. That's right. But I tell you what, I sure love the job. I sure did. Anyway, not to say I don't love this one. I mean, best job in the world. I absolutely am. I'm blessed beyond what I deserve to be here. And in all honesty, yeah, I don't feel like I'm the one that ought to be sitting in this chair. In all honesty, y'all don't see the screw ups. Right. Y'all don't see those. You see a finished edited video, which looks wonderful, and that's my plan. Anyway, so, oh, Jerry King. Okay, goodness, let's don't run out of time here. Chuck, you said teaching was the topic for today, or are you trying to tell me something? Actually, Jerry, that's what prompted. Jerry is going to teach a class to the vets. How cool is that? I think it's his first class. Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's his first class. He's planning it way out. I mean, this is like out in August or September. Good job, Jerry, planning far ahead there. Um, but I think that might be what prompted me to talk about doing a class, to teaching a class, because it's the most stressful part of my job. But I honestly think it can be one of the most rewarding things in our life. It really, I've taught a bunch of classes over the years, and they have every one of them has been great. Every person in every class has been great. And I mean, how often do you hear that? But it's funny because, and this is kind of a out of left field thought. Um, we're passing joy over to somebody. We're passing our joy over somebody, but we're creating memories. And I'll tell you a great point. When I was teaching a class, when I worked at the retail store, I know I'm trying not to say rhymes with anyway. Um, we had a father and a son. It was a doctor, and I think his son was. It's probably in his early 20s. I think his son may have been in college, may have been dental school. I'm not sure. Anyway, they came in just something to do, something for the two of them to do together. They had the best time. They stand out because they had the best time. They were talking and joking, made great projects. Their finished project looked great. I still remember them. So we're passing knowledge that brings us joy. We're also creating some cool memories. I don't know if they ever made another project or not. Doesn't matter. They had a great time, and we helped create some great memories. So we're going to go into a little more specifics here in a minute because there's a lot of great points about teaching a class, and there's stuff I can help out with, um, advice, tricks, and tips that you're not going to think of. And I promise you, there's one. The first one up is something that we wouldn't really think of. Excuse me. I know I'm talking so fast. By the end of the live, I started to get a little bit hoarse. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Worth every minute of this live. Worth every minute. Okay. Okay. Uh oh, Carrie. But bless your heart. One day I'll end my extended vacation and get another job that will supplement the job I do at the church. Noble job, Carrie. Working at the church. Bless your heart on that one. Good job. Good job. Let's see, Angela. Angela Matthias. Glad you're with us. Good to see your name pop up. Let's see, I can honestly say I've never come away from watching one of your videos like it was something I could absolutely handle or that perfection was required. Bless your heart for tossing that one out there. I means more than you know. It really does. And you're absolutely right. Our work does not have to be perfect. I'm sure the pros, like I said, Jim Linnell, Peter Main, Don Gonzalez, they probably can look at their work. I mean, I'll do my best to do a bit. Don had a saddle in the debut in Sheridan. Unbelievable. Hey, there's my buddy. Unbelievable. There's not enough words. Anyway, um, he probably can look at that and go, "Oh, I made a mistake here, here, and here." We wouldn't even know that, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, okay, here's another one. Not perfect is a hallmark of handmade. Absolutely. But doesn't matter. We can still enjoy it. We can still enjoy it. Tooling. I don't put a lot of tooling in our videos because my job is more from day one. My job has kind of been more, let's talk to the new folks. And I've kept to that. Absolutely true. Let's get not just the new folks, but okay, there's the toolers out there. Beautiful work. And then there's the other 80% of us. Yes, I can tool and I love to tool, but I kind of get more joy out of making more like the mainstream project that we're going to use and we're going to wear, like the tablet case and the scabbard, and things like that. But anyway, the point is we can tool a little cross in the corner of a binder and it's beautiful. Less is more. Less is more. It doesn't have to be perfect tooling. We'll see that. Nobody else is going to see that. They're going to look at it and love it. So, Angela, you're exactly right. Bless your heart for bringing that up. Went on another rant there while the time just gets chewed up. Anyway, okay. Let's see. I keep wanting to jump over here, but dude, these are great. Biking Lady Designs as well. It's good to see your name pop up. Yeah, she's northeast of Dallas. Uh, let's see. MI Custom Craftworks is with us. Glad you're in the shop with us today. Let's see. Hey, everybody. Michigan is in the house. Michigan, glad to have you. Our friendly neighbors to the north. Absolutely. Beautiful state. Oh, man. Can't say enough. Absolutely. Uh, Billy Blaze, and I keep seeing your name pop up. Thank you, Billy. I keep seeing your name pop up because you have great comments. Absolutely. Keep them coming. Let's see. Handmade is something that almost doesn't exist anymore. That's why people prize handmade projects so much. I have to agree. It's hard to make money on handmade. Tooling, unless you've got a name, tooling is tough to sell and make money. Because, you spend 4 hours tooling a wallet, you're gonna have to sell that wallet for $500 to actually make a profit on it. So it's hard to do. Hand sewing, same way. Hand stamping, we gotta case our leather. We stamp. It's just hard to do that. So that might just be part of it, but doesn't hold us back from pumping out the handmade projects, right? Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, Glorfindel. Let's see. This is the long one. I like to try to read them before because my friends will write in, Chuck, how are babies made? Right? That's what my friends would do. Anyway, that's later. That's later. Anyway, okay, Chuck, what are your thoughts on the idea that most historical crafters didn't aim for perfection, but for quantity? Helps me glance over a few slip ups on my stamps, knowing royal archers had ugly gear. Man, that's a valid point. It's a valid point. Absolutely. And we could almost transpose that over to modern day products. I mean, look at our buildings now compared to like when I go to like Millersburg, Ohio. When I'm up there, Millersburg is just a little distance to the left of Mount Hope or west, right? The architecture on those buildings are, old town, small town, three-story buildings at most, maybe. Magnificent courthouse. Every detail, the buildings, every beam has some. We just don't see that anymore. cost, quantity, like you said, quantity. We just okay, here's another one. I'm gonna roll on this one, but you'll see what I'm talking about. In the movie The Santa Claus, I think it's the first one with Tim Allen. Um, at the early in the movie, he I guess the Santa Claus, I can't remember now. I'll have to watch it. The point is, you see the ladder that the elves have made, and it's the metal scroll work all the way down the edges. Each step has got scroll work on it. To me, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. That era of manufacturing or creativity or the combination of the two, I would love every piece of leathercraft I ever made to look like the elves made it, to look like that ladder does, right? Every detail, every detail. Anyway, on a rant, I don't know if it's a valid point, but I don't know. I think, quantity wins out over quality 90% of the time. That's just my opinion, but just the crap that we buy that doesn't work or falls apart or breaks in a week or breaks one day after the warranty runs out. Ah, irritated with it. Because my printer, if I don't buy the brand ink cartridges, it doesn't run with them. I've spent $120 on two different sets of ink cartridges for my printer. $120 wasted. Absolute. So now I had to buy the ones for it's like $80 for the set of 4. Really? And they're going to print out like 4 pages. Sorry about that. Just went on an unhappy rant. We're not doing unhappy. We're doing happy. Sorry about that. Nobody does that. Nobody look over here. Look over here. Okay, anyway. Oh, look at all the great comments. All right, look, it's 3:42. All right, I want to stay here. I want to stay here. Uh oh, Rick. Well, first off, Rick, I'm glad you're with us. But second off, Rick, I'm glad you brought this up. Trading ideas and information. That's what this is about. And Rick just nailed it. All right. There's a YouTuber called Todd's Workshop who does historical recreations. I know I see that and think recreation because I need a vacation. Anyway, recreations, and he has a whole video or two about how rough the vast majority of medieval leatherwork really was. I have to agree. And I feel bad about saying that because they didn't have the tools we do, right? They didn't have all these great tools. We simply place an order online with Weaver Leather, and we've got these gorgeous stamp tools in about 3 days, right? They didn't have that. They didn't have the tannage. They didn't have the quantity of tannage. We call Weaver, and again, in 3 days, we got a great, beautiful piece of leather to work on. They didn't have that. They didn't have that. They didn't have YouTube either, right? So I almost feel bad about saying, boy, that looks like crap. Well, it kind of did. And I hate to say that about their work. Because if I were back there, what tools are available to me, right? And what work surfaces? Gee whiz. They couldn't just go buy plywood. It makes an easy cut or poundo board. So I'm torn on that. But Rick, great comment. Great comment because I'm going to look up Todd's. What is it? Todd's Workshop? I'm going to look that up. Thank you for putting that out there. Very cool. Free man. Glad you're with us. Glad to see you. Y'all come on in. Make yourselves at home. Absolutely. Be a part of this big family. And if you didn't catch us earlier, I hate to say it, but we got like 8,800 people in your family now. Yeah, birthdays are a problem. Anyway, okay. All right. I know I've worked on that one enough. We've done that enough. Okay, so let's see. Okay, free man. That's why I love antique furniture. The craftsmanship is we've lost craftsmanship. I think you hit it right on the nose. We've lost craftsmanship. Get it out faster, sooner, cheaper, higher profit. Push it out there. We don't give a crap what you get as long as we make a profit. That's kind of the truth behind it. At Weaver, I'm happy to say we are quite different than that. And you can feel it. You can feel it when you work for Weaver. We are quite different than that. But I think you're right. Absolutely. The search for profit has overcome our ability to be creative Anyway, okay, so let's see. Aaron Reese is with us. Aaron, glad to see your name pop up. Absolutely. Uh, no, Aaron, you've got another good point there. Yeah, we're rolling on the quality thing, and I have to agree with you, every bit of it. Uh, oh, Michael Nelson, cool. Todd is an amazing guy. I've met him a few times and have the pleasure of owning one of his knives. Oh, that's nice. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Very cool. Uh, let's see. Oh, I must have missed one here because everybody's going squirrel. Yeah. Oh, let's don't do that or forget what I'm talking about. Jesus, 3:45. Okay, I promise. Let's talk about classes for a minute. I don't want. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about classes. I've made a bunch of notes over the last 2 weeks. Um, because like I said, it can be one of the most rewarding things in your life to walk away. And if you charge a little money, you walk away with a big smile, a good feeling, and a little cash in your pocket. It's a good day. I don't teach a lot of classes. I do a blacksmith class here and there. They're great people. The blacksmiths, they're just like we are. They eat well. Um, I'll do like they'll have a get together. I'll go do a demo, like hand sewing or stamping or something. They love the sheaths. They'll bring a trailer. One gentleman has a grill that is a trailer. He tows his grill behind his truck, right? Yeah. And they feed you. And and you get t-shirts. Anyway, they're a blast. And just hungry for knowledge on how to make sheaths. Because that's half of it. That's half of it. A knife maker, they can make a sheath. They have a finished project, a finished product ready to go. And the knife, the sheaths I saw at Blade Show, some fun tying the sheath colors into the handle. Man, how custom, how one of a kind. Anyway, all right. Anyway, all right. So here's the first big point, and I'll mention this is something we don't think about. I bet. Okay, so when we first teach a class, and we're going to talk more about this, but I want this up front. When you first teach a class, I would say go with something very simple, very easy for beginners. Now, we're thinking about the project. We need an easy one. We're thinking about the folks that are going to take this. They're beginners. They're new at this. But we need to think about the teacher too. The teacher also is new at teaching classes. As you teach these, you're going to come up to speed. As you teach certain classes, like I can't even name all the classes I've taught at shows, but recently hand sewing, closures, wet forming. Okay. You kind of need time to come up to speed on each of the subjects that you're teaching. So you'll have little glitches, when you're teaching something, you'll have little glitches that, oh, I didn't think about that, or we need to do that. Well, we need to make sure we don't have those, right? Sometimes the learning curve there, it takes a class. And typically the first time I teach a class, I'll tell everybody, okay, y'all are guinea pigs, and they always seem to go well, mainly because I put so much prep into these things. Probably a lot more than I should, and I probably waste a good bit of company time. Sorry, boss, but biggest stress point in teaching a class, if you're not in your shop, you're doing an away class. You better have everything. That's my stress point with doing these shows in like Sheridan and Waco. Oh crap. If you forget one item, that class is shot. So I'll go over that class and I'll write down, okay, this step over here we need. All right, this step we need. And I'll go over it and over it and over it. That's why I say teaching a class, it can be one of the most stressful things I do in my job. But I tell you what, it's the most rewarding thing. I have yet to where I didn't forget something because I just go over them so many times. I haven't forgotten something, but here's a couple of tricks and a couple of tips for the classes. If you're going to teach a class, the biggest problem up front is getting your kit together. It can be a little expensive. You'll pay that off in about 2 classes. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. You'll pay that off quickly if you get on it. If you get on it, you plan your classes and you're hungry. That's just like a salesperson. You got to be hungry. You'll pay that off quickly. If it's not that big of a, cash expenditure for you, then you will certainly pay that off as you go. But also, as you teach these classes, the money you get for the class, you can put that into your tools for the class. So it's kind of a snowball effect. Um, but getting started, if you think about it, well, right off the bat, we could save a lot of money. Well, we need to, all right, first thing we're going to do, we need to cut something, right? Well, okay. I've got 1 foot by 2 foot pieces of plywood. You can get them like at the big hardware box stores. They always have a box of scraps. If not, they'll cut stuff for you. You could go with 1 by 1, absolutely, if you're doing a small project. Typically, like me, like knife sheaths. For the blacksmiths, I'll have like a 1 by 2 foot piece. Okay, we're cheap there. We got a cutting surface. Okay, we need a knife. We got to cut. I use a box cutter. Well, those are inexpensive, right? So already right off the bat, we're starting to save money. Now we're going to need like edgers and groovers, um, maybe Permalock needles. We're going to need all these things, but keep in mind too, two people can share. Three, you can do it, but it kind of slows the class down, which is our next point, right? Slowing the class down. Anyway, you can build your class kit as you go, but if you start with simple projects for beginners, you're new at it, you don't have to put a lot of money into it. You really don't. Okay. Another point, keep your classes small. I mean, if we think, oh, I'm going to charge, $50 a person, wow, all of a sudden we got dollar figures in our mind. Back up, because it's first off, your class got to be worth $50, right, to a person, because we're crafters. That's hard earned money. But the point I'm getting at is let's keep our classes a little bit slower for the big reason that a slower class moves faster. A larger class moves much slower. And I mean, if you think, like, say, teaching a sheath, how to make a sheath, we're going to sew it. We got to cut it. We got to make a pattern. We got to hand sew it. We got to dye it. We got to top coat it, right? That's a lot of stuff to do, and we got dry time in there. So we've got to calculate our dry time. Um, Typically we can in a class, unless we're teaching like stamping or tooling or dyeing. Well, then you've got dry time built into the class. But anything else, you really don't have that time. But the another point to that is keeping the classes smaller. We have less people to watch. Blacksmiths are great, and I love doing a class. They're great. The problem with them is that everybody brings in a different knife, right? We got 5, 6, maybe 7 different knives. So I got to kind of be on that. We're not doing one uniform project across the board. Everybody's doing something a little differently. All the steps are the same for the most part. But anyway, keep your classes small. They'll move faster. Now, one other point, keeping your classes, if you offer something to them like, Jerry, and Jerry, this is a great idea. This is what brought this to the forefront of my mind. There's my fly. Um, I would not offer many options. Like Jerry wants to offer his guys, or the folks in his class, like 3 or 4 different tooled items. Okay, perfect. That's perfect. They're kind of all in the same range. Here's the problem, and Jerry and I laughed about this. There's always somebody like me in the class that I want to go full on creative. I'm going to blow this thing up. Now it's taking the whole class time just for me to tool the piece, right? There's always somebody like that in your class, and they're great. They're great. We got to keep a rein on them, right? We got to kind of keep them corralled, and let's kind of stay on course here, right? Um, and there's always people that are slower that don't. Um, in a number of my classes, it's kind of been a more of an intermediate project, but I had somebody kind of get in that's a brand new at it. I'm going to work with them. I always try to put them right next to me, and I work with them kind of as they go. The problem is a lot of folks like are square, never used a square. Hard to find what's 1/8, one's quarter inch, 3/8, half inch. Not that that's bad. It's just they've never been exposed to that. So you've always got that person in your class that kind of slows the whole thing down. Well, but like I said, I'll put that person to the right of me and I can kind of help them out. And it always goes well. Their project always comes out great. It really does. And they're always happy with it. But folks move at different speeds. And that's part of it. And we got to kind of accommodate that when we're planning our class. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think I've actually got everything covered. Right off the bat, that'll help you get rolling. That'll help you get rolling. But like I said, it's a great feeling. driving home from doing a class, it's a great feeling. So, and the possibilities, man, to where you could teach a class. I mean, in your neighborhood, you could put a little yard sign up, leather class. Think of the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the 4-H, um, FFA, your school, um, your church. There's everywhere. I mean, there's so many places that would just love to have a fun little leathercraft class because we all love leather. I mean, okay, 98% of us love leather. And earlier I mentioned leather for an industrial use. There's all kind. When I ran the store, I did outside sales because we could do retail and wholesale. We could call on other businesses at that time. I had 3 or 4 customers that use leather because there are no man-made materials that equal the characteristics of a piece of leather. And I could name 4, I won't mention them, but just suffice it to say, there's a lot of leather used simply for industrial use because there's nothing else out there that has the same characteristics of leather, of a veg tan. Every one of them was veg tan. Absolutely. Okay. So anyway, I know I rolled on that one, but y'all, if you get the opportunity to teach a class, jump on it because I know I keep saying it over and over. It's rewarding. It really is. But let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. All right, we're going to move on because I have just chewed this time up, just a yakking. And I hope it's good information. I mean, that's the point here. I hope it's good information. But too, over here, I hope y'all are trading great tricks and tips. I got to be careful when I say that. Yeah, because if you reverse it right, anyway, if you get confused, which, well, we've met, it happens. Anyway, I just see these great comments running by, and I just want to sit back and read them. I really do, y'all. And, for anybody that's with us, that's new, and I didn't mention your name, I apologize. I would love, we get about 600 comments in this hour, and it's hard to keep up with them. To keep up with them and talk and keep up with the script. And, um, oh, that's funny because I always look to the phone to see if the boss said, you're okay, right? Looks good. We got audio. We got big. I'm just looking over there at 3:57. Ooh, I'm all over it. That's right. Oh, oh, we gotta do okay, notes from the boss. Notes from the boss. God, I just blew it today, didn't I? Yeah, yeah, we just at the beginning of this, I said I'm the bus driver, y'all have the party in the back, enjoy it, I'll keep us between the lines. We are in the ditch. Really? Okay. Anyway, notes from the boss. Oh, this one's a great one. This one's a great one because we talked about this last time. And before I forget to say this, we're going to do a giveaway on the next live. Okay, so tune in for that one. Yeah, tune in next time because we're going to give away something great. Here's what we gave away last time: single shoulder. And oh, all right, single and double shoulders. This single shoulder is one of my favorite cuts. Use them in most of the videos. 10% off single shoulders and double shoulders with the code shoulder10 or shoulder10. So now's the time to stock up on these. Get a couple, multiple weights. We just had a video on why it's great to keep keep at least a variety of weights in your shop, even though you don't use them all the time. Still a good idea to keep a couple of those oddball or obscure weights in our shop because we can use them from time to time. Here's one thing why. Here's one reason why. Okay. We got to keep going. All right. Anyway, I got to show you this because this is kind of a craft fail. So, working on a project coming up. Isn't that cool? Oh, yeah. Wait till you see this. Anyway, I was kind of kicking around ideas, and we've done it. I think it's due out tomorrow. I can't remember. We just did a small pouch for the beginners, but it's with our pebble grain, Telfair Super Soft Pebble Grain. I love this leather. You can do this is literally for motorcycle projects. All manner of you have seen and felt this leather. Anyway, so I was going to do a cool little fold over pouch. Love the turquoise. I got to work that in as a liner, right? Okay. So when this folds over and snaps, that's like 3/4 of an inch thick. Man, craft fail. Oh, no, it's not a fail. It's a prototype. That's right. That's right. That's just a prototype. But Oh, let's see what we got. What do we got coming up? Yeah, I know. I don't want to mention what we've got coming up because of that competition. We got to stay ahead of that competition, don't we? Anybody see, "Oh brother, where art thou?" What a great movie, my hair. Anyway, um, product of the week because these are great. We got to squeeze these in. We're going to go a little bit over. Sorry, I'm working into your time. Product of the week, our wing dividers. These are a big help to me. Use them on almost every project. Right here, the lesser of the inexpensive. We've got a smaller. We've got an 8 and a 10-inch. I think that's right. I wrote that down somewhere. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And the less expensive, we got a 4-inch and an 8-inch. Love these. Love these absolutely. These are great. Best thing about these, we can bring those all the way together, point to point. You'll see why this is important. Okay, now we jump over to the expensive. This is the best wing divider I have ever seen. I mean, you can feel it. This is CS Osborne. These are so sharp. If you put this on a piece of the pattern sheeting and turn it, about 3 spins, a perfect circle pops out. Yeah, but look at that. Now, the only downside to this, and you could feel these. In fact, at the Blade Show, we sold several of these because the blacksmiths, they know quality when they feel it in a tool. Right here, we can't get our 2 points totally together. Now, we could. There's a small spring in here. I don't know if we could take that out or not. I think we could. That might come together at that point. Doesn't matter. The point is, that is about the nicest wing divider, and it's heavy too. Don't poke yourself, it will draw blood. But right there, this comes in the 8-inch only. Worth every penny. That's a tool we will have the rest of our lives. That's a tool we'll pass on for generations. Okay, so project of the week or product of the week, that one's done. It's been a busy live. It really has. I should have talked faster. Yeah. Anyway, all right, y'all. So we're going to wrap it up for this week. So many things to say. I hope you've got a great project on your table. I hope you're having a great time with the weather. New folks, if I missed your name, I apologize absolutely. Wish I could say hello to you, but keep coming back. Next time, we're going to do a good giveaway. We're going to find something really good to give away. I'm going to leave this open for a minute after we shut down, just in case there's something you wanted me to see and I didn't. I'll go through these next week or next time before the next one. I'll go through each and every one of these. So if you need something, drop it in. I'll find it absolutely. Oh, man. Based Texan. See, I don't want to stop. I'm glad you're with us. Based Texan. Darzal. There's our winner from last time. Y'all, we're going to wrap it up here. Love spending this time with y'all. More than you can imagine. I absolutely do. I hope y'all feel the same way. So, hope you got something great on your table. Have a great evening. Have a great second half of your week. We got a weekend on the way. Great time to work on leather. Let's get tucked into our shop and make something great and have a good time doing it and just light up the day of someone that we give it to. Win, win, win. Greatest craft ever. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. I know it's like leaving for a family event. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. It's going to take 20 minutes to get out the door. No, we're going to wrap it up. So, what a blast. Okay, good luck with your projects. Right, we got to put that in there. All right. Y'all, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Had a great time. Hope y'all feel the same way. Love y'all. God bless. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, y'all.